Hey, good days everyone. The cable tie manufacturing is one investment, right? So when you guys ask me for the price list of the equipments, and I will send you one file. In this file, they have two parts. One part is the price list of all the equipments, including the cable tie injection molding machines, cable tie molds, packing machines, and unroll robots, etc. And this is the first part. The second part, I will provide you the request of the cash flows per day. The cash flows for the investments is very important, right? But here I'm just expressing the general ideas, or I'm just showing my logical. So you need to go over again according to your situations and the price list which I'm sending to you, because each areas or each client, they have the different request of the machines, so the machine features is not the same. And actually for the injection molding machines, the logical is the same, and one part is the raw material, right? He sells per tons. The other part is the final material, right? He sells per piece or sell per package. So obviously the difference is the profit. So now we are going to check what is the difference according to my file I sending to you. Okay, so now let us begin. Here I take the machine of 358. This is the one model, very traditional and very stable and very good for the export, especially for the client who is just at the beginning of the manufacture of the cable tie. Here I put 50,000 per unit, and the machine feature is different, so the price is different. So please, according to the price list which I have sent to you. Here the mold, right? 300 by 4.8 for 36 cavities. This is the price, 7,000. And your guy need to go over all this data for yourselves. Here is the most detail, right? Here is the spare parts, hopper driver, auto rotor, right? Here are the machine specifications, make components, spare parts, auxiliary machines, hopper, right? Unroll robots. Here unroll robots is the side robots. No, this is the side robots. First, we are using the swimming robot, like that one, but it's easy to broken. And second one, we are using the top unroll robots. And finally, we think that the side robot is the best for the cable tie manufacturing. And for the comparings of the side robots and the top robot, I have one post. Please check the links which I have put in the introductions. It's the commerce belt. Mold temperature controller, right? The molds need to have 80 degrees so that the melting practice may fill the cavities. Mixers, two types of mixer. If you have the mixer already, don't let it. The crushers also. The crusher will crush the runners of the cable tie unqualified, and then as the recycled ones, put it on the raw materials and use again. The packing machine, and I think it's necessary, and I think that is just available in China, and he can realize the vacants, water injection and seals in these stations, right? Now we have finished this part, right? Now we have the machine price, mold price, and then we have the auxiliary machines cost also. So if you have already, some of them maybe you have already, so you can cancel it. Human freight, right? Here I put 2,000 for one 40 feet container. So all the equipment here, plus the mold and the machines. Here, transportation charge to the client factories. The container will arrive at your port, right? From your port to your factory, that's one cost. From the import tax, here I put 2,000. So totally, the investment is 80,000, right? 77 you need to pay to me, and the rest you need to pay to the custom. This 1,000 you need to pay to the transportation company, right? Or maybe you need to pay the charge for unloads because the machine belongs to the heavy equipment, so it needs a special equipment to unload. So that you need to make a judgment according to your situations. The machine feature, right? That's it. Make component needs, spare part of the machines. This part we already finished, right? That one is belong to the first part, right? The price list. And now we are going to the daily cash flow for the cable tie production line. The first things I put the electrical and 30 kWh. That is the by our experience. And each operators, he have the different habits to operate the machine. Some of them is very careful, but some of them they are very loose. So 13 kWh, this is our experience. Here I put 24 hours, right? Totally 312. The electric cost, here I put 0.4 US dollar. And in China, it is different. On the daytime and the nighttime, the cost of the electrical is different. So please make a judgment, right? Make a judgment. Operator cost. Here I put 50 per day. The operator may take care of several machines, right? And one worker for tear off the cable tie from the runners and put into the poly bags and seal it with the packing machine. Just now I show you. And here I just put one operator cost here. The raw material. Okay. 4.8 by 300 mm cable tie. That is the cable tie. We pick it out for the example. One sheet of a cable tie, I mean one sheet, without the runners. Without the runner. This cable tie, what is the weight? What is the weight of this cable tie? Here I put 176 per 100 piece. For these status, you can check in your market. So you can go out to the market and buy the same size and weight. What is the weight for them? They are not too much difference. Or maybe we can do it better. I mean that lighter, right? When he become lighter, and you will save your cost of the raw materials. 12 seconds per sock. I mean that the cycle time is 12 seconds. So 1 hour This is easy to understand, right? 1 hour. 1 hour full rate is 300 cycles. But here I just take 250 for the same purpose. Sometimes the machine need to stop, right? Sometimes you need to change the mode. So per hour I just take 250 per cycle. So 1 day 24 hours, 6,000 cycles, right? The output. Now we are coming to the output. $216,000 piece by 100 by 1, but just now the weight we just put 176 grams per 100 piece. So totally 0.38 tons for the raw material. Here I put single 6, PA single 6, right, per tons. The price, this raw material price always coming up and coming down. It's not exactly. You need to check what price you will obtain from your local market, because most of the client he will find their PA single 6 in their local market. Those some of them at the beginning they will buy from us or they will buy from China, but finally they can realize the local purchase. Now we obtain the raw material cost 838, right? 838. Now we are coming to the machines. We need to see what is the cost for the daily. The durations of the machine is 8 to 10 years at least. Now I take 8 years, right? 1 year I just take 300 days. Divide 8 and divide 300. So the daily cost for the equipments 33.33, right? This is the cost for the daily machines. This is the daily cost of the investments. This 80,000 is from here. It's from here. This 80,000. This 80,000 is you need to pay one time. So the total cost per day is electric cost, right? Operation cost, raw material cost, investments. 124.8 is from here. This one, right? And the operator, raw materials. This is investment of the machines. Totally 1,046, right? Dollars. And you can see the electric cost is the high percentage. Later we will bring the hybrid injection molding machine especially for cable tie. That one will save more than 20% of the electricals. But the machine is costly also. If for the hybrid injection molding machine, here will reduce, electrical cost will reduce, but the investment will be increased, here will be increased. That's all you need per day. You are burning the money per day. You need to have this money to burn every day. Now we come to the income, right? And just now this is the output. This is output here, right? Now we are talking the everyday's income, right? So you need to think about your ability of the selling in the market, or how many percentage you will keep on the stock, how many percentage you will sell in the market. So the income minus the cost, that is your profits. Meanwhile, you need to think about the interest of the bank note as well, right? Because this 80,000, right? Maybe you are getting from the bank. Meanwhile, the cost of the rent need to be considered also. Right here. So the income minus the cost, that is your profits. So some data is in the locals, is in your side that I don't have in my mind, right? So you need to make adjustment according to my logicals. Some of them keep fluctuating, especially the raw materials. But the cycle time 12 seconds, that is the guarantees of the output of the machines. Now from here you can see that if the output is huge, the cost of the rent, of the cost of the management per unit is less. That's why all the factory is trying to obtain the bigger capacities of the output. I hope I have explained this issue clear to you. If you have some doubts or you have some idea or questions, please send me email. After so many years and so many cases for the turnkey project for the cable ties, we feel that the success of these investments, it depends on the management. Even the bad management like this is still can earn the monies in the market. I think that our equipment will help you to obtain the outstanding positions in the market. Look, this is a very bad management, but even these kinds of management, they can make the monies. I think the good management, they can get more. Anyway, if you have some idea or some doubt, feel free to send me emails. Thank you for your watching, thank you for your time, and thank you for your kind attentions.